the mic still doesn't work, bro. God damn.
He wants it. He wants it.
It's all good.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Pull it out. Hey.
Don't tell me to pull it out. Shit, I'll pull it out right now.
Anyway,
welcome.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Good to be
Another
back.
episode. Ooh, we're checking shots today.
We got a little bartender right here today.
What is that? What is that?
Off-limit
You
bartender.
got some.
See, before I go behind the cameras, this is what I gotta do, man.
Off-limits mixologist here. If you guys
I think he's a
book
big
your
alcoholic
times,
from us three.
book your times.
you
He
go.
will come and serve you. We're kidding.
What are we drinking today?
That's
Some-
Centenario.
Centenario Añejo.
No, yeah, I like it.
I like it.
No,
Yeah.
That's good.
We're drinking a quarter of an ounce right now.
That's half of an ounce.
It's a baby
No,
cup,
that's cool,
baby
that's cool,
glasses
though.
right there. Like,
That's cool, bro. Relax.
We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do those videos where we're gonna be like, this. My name is George, and this is my first shot.
And then by the end of the podcast, say, "Oh, I don't remember." Yeah.
No, well, yeah, it's the first one. That's right. It's point. What is it? It's half an ounce.
Half an ounce, yeah.
This is half an ounce, ladies and gentlemen.
It's pretty cool.
My name is Jorge,
Pretty
and
cool, look.
this is my first shot. Bottoms up, para arriba, para abajo, para el centro y para
Get
adentro.
it.
Cheers. Nah. It's pretty good. What do you think?
that is pretty good, yeah. Smooth. What was that, añejo?
Añejo, yeah, I
That's
told you
pretty
guys.
smooth,
Yep. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Henrry
Appreciate it, brother.
Offlimits, going behind the cameras.
We get more. We get another shot.
Appreciate you for
Soon.
mixing tonight.
I'm trying to have the little like segment of like we ask questions and we can not choose. We take a shot. That'd be pretty cool.
Like a little game, yeah.
We had like a little game, play with the guest.
That'd be really
yeah,
cool.
something
Hey,
like that.
talking about guests, maybe we can start with that. Like, there's a lot of people, man, that are interested and fired up and
Oh
excited.
yeah, 100%.
And, we're
Guys,
happy.
if you guys want to share your story, whatever you do, content creator, veteran, real estate business, just hit me up on Instagram, fully on official, DM us, and we'll be excited to have you guys, so you can share your story. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's exciting. I think, from we could take conversation many different ways, and I think that's the best part. Like, we could give people just value on I think many times in life, just in general, on any single topic, like, I feel like sometimes we think we're unique. I think we heard this, we've picked this up somewhere in business, where I feel like we think we're unique or in some sort of way. And not that we aren't, all special.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of the things that we all go through, other people go through them also.
Yeah, bro, but not
You know,
alone.
it's not just, maybe not around us or someone that we know directly, but in my head, I'm always like, there's no way that I'm the only one that's going through this stuff. You know what I mean? And Henry, at least, would be.
No, I mean,
it's a lot of crazy stuff.
I've never done that, but I would like to go around strangers and just ask, "Are you okay today?"
Yeah, I know a couple people that want to do that. Yeah.
What about you? Are you okay right now?
Yeah, no, I think I'm very I'm very at peace. I think a lot. I'm big on a lot bigger on faith. I think as of recently of like that, God is in control, and a lot of the things that I don't have answers for, like, it's part of it. Like, I don't have the answers for right now. In the future, I'll be able to look back and be like,
yeah.
oh, okay, that moment makes sense. So I think I've removed that need to know. Of like immediately. I think Am I happy where I'm at? I think for the work that I've put in, I can't complain. Do I want more out of life? I'm like, always. I feel like I have to grow.
Everybody's the same race, bro, But not everybody's going at the same speed. You're going at the speed that you can, It's not like everybody's time is different than others. Just be patient, man,
Life happens, and then different people, you take different routes in life. And
Some people get married at 25, others get married at 50.
Yeah.
Some people becomes a billionaire at 50, others becomes 70.
Yeah. It's never too early to start or too late, Like, I feel like, I think that's something that I also bring up sometimes too, is just that I feel like everyone goes through different things in life at different times,
100%,
like, but sometimes they may not. Depends on what they get exposed to. But
it's just a quick example. Because Trump was president at 70, bro.
Oh yeah, in terms of like age, yeah, no, and
like
then like
so I feel like it's just never too late.
I feel like there's Colonel Sanders too from
Yeah.
KFC that was like 70. I think
Mm-hmm.
that everyone knows that a little bit. Most people started later in life. Oprah Winfrey, I think, was over 30 or 40. Was
Yeah.
they
She could
apparently
fire at
told her,
23.
and they told her that she was never going to be good for camera
Mm-hmm.
unless she owned her own network. Like so it's that I think that's a maybe topic we could talk about too. I think that life tests us, and there's certain moments where it kind of tells you like, do you really want it?
Right.
Because if certain people tell you no, what are you just gonna believe the first people that tell you no?
Mm-hmm.
If maybe this is a lot, but I feel like most of us know that usually when you get criticized by someone, it's coming from them. It's not you.
Yep,
So
you mentioned that. Yeah, you mentioned that in the first.
Yeah, but pretty much, bro. Like
in the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's kind of part of it. That's kind of what I was thinking about. But what else should we dive into today?
I want to appreciate everybody. We're rich. We passed 300 subscribers, bro. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that watched us. The first episode of the podcast is doing really good in numbers.
Keep sharing.
Yeah,
keep subscribing.
Keep sharing. Yep.
Keep liking the video. Keep smashing that like button.
Yeah. Like it's. I'm not. I didn't expect it to do this good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not expect it, and I thank you guys for liking and watching the video, subscribing.
I'm dead serious. I believe in this so.
Hey man, let's take another shot for passing 300 subscribers, bro.
I'm down. Bartender. Oh, bro, I'm kidding, bro. But no, I'm excited. No, I'm excited. Look, and while you pour, if you don't mind, you want to take another one too, or what?
Yeah, you have to.
Well, fuck yeah.
Another 0.5. My name is Jorge. What's your name?
I'm not gonna say no to free shit.
What's your name?
Henrry Offlimits.
And this is your second shot.
And I gotta go to work tomorrow.
We all do, bro.
Bottoms up.
This is for passing 300 subscribers. Appreciate you guys for everything. This is for you guys. Let's get it. Bro, I like these cups. These glasses, I mean. Woo!
You guys all right over there? What were we talking about before? Please remind me.
The subscribers, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you hear about everybody talking about on social media?
Tell me what's in the
this guy named Adam22.
Okay, what about him?
Founder of Jumper.
Tell me what's going on in the news. Cut the examples. Just go straight. So
just going straight to it. His wife, another guy, because of work. Of course, because of work, they do adult content together. They own a platform on Twitch and on. So
what's the buzz though? What's the buzz?
The buzz is that he let her
go with someone else.
Do a scene with someone else.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and people are saying why after marriage? Because they got married like a month ago.
Oh wow.
So it was like
brand new in the marriage, and they tried it out and.
But they've been doing this since before marriage. They were engaged.
What's the big deal that's out there? So what are they?
It's just that the other guy, African American guy, they both chose a guy. So and then they're actually friends with Adam22 is friends with the other guy too.
Isn't it? So is that kind of why they're like there's the buzz because it's
see, if you think about it, okay, if it's work, I believe that's
so that would be cool with you?
No, I'm not because I'm not in the
no, and that's an industry
area.
thing.
The industry is
somewhere else. Yep, 100%. I don't know who they are exactly. I think I've seen the buzz.
She said it took like 3 or 4 days to recover, bro.
Oh damn! So you seen like a full podcast?
I said I hope.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you definitely have more background on that, but I'm sure the adult industry, bro, it has their own, boundaries, I guess, in relationships. Because if they're both in the industry, they're open. They must be open already,
Because in the platform that they both do, Twitch, they interview adult actress, I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
And they end up having sex in that other platform so it's
so
like a podcast with a corn actress. They stop that, they go to only and then do adult scenes with the same person, but it's only women. There was no men yet into now, like a week ago. So it's like,
Also, it's also
so
gonna
it's
be on
like,
their own channel, or is the other guy's
I'm
content?
not sure that I'm not sure
Oh,
what
okay,
the
okay.
with that bit is dropping, but anyways, so if you go based on like feminism, all that shit, they'd probably be like, oh, but she let him f all these girls. Why was she not doing the same thing? You know, so I'm just like, that's what people are talking about too. Like,
Oh, okay.
if she let him do all this stuff with other women, uh, why it took so long for her to start doing the same thing?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
work
interesting.
and doing scene
Maybe
with,
she hadn't thought about it. Maybe
and
she
they have a
hadn't thought
daughter
about.
too together.
Oh, that's a whole other.
Yeah, they
But
have a daughter.
I do feel like maybe they hadn't thought about it. What did she say about the
Apparently, yeah,
experience? Did
apparently
she?
it's been like 8 months of them talking about it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, like
they really
eight,
thought about
like
it.
eight,
And
9 months.
then, what was the experience? You saw the video. Did she like it? What happened?
I
Like?
mean, of course, bro. Come on, dude. Like, if they chose
No, but
who
that's
it's gonna
also
be,
work, right? I feel like it's also work, partly
and that's the point where I'm like, I feel like that's
what they
why
do.
it's. I feel like that's why it's right
I get, yeah, yeah.
because
It wouldn't be. I don't think that would be right or normal with just
yeah,
a normal
out of
couple
pleasure,
or
you know.
married.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, there is some crazy fetishes out there, from people, but
But
yeah, no, that's definitely the industry. That's definitely they're already within the business, and they're comfortable with each other, being able to be with
100%,
someone
yeah.
else. Look, there's also swingers, right? That go together to go out and find women or men,
yeah,
that
I've
will
heard that too.
share,
Yep.
so that's also popular. I know a few of them, so it's like,
Yeah, I think.
and now it's just it's life, bro. It's just you meet more people, you network, and that's kind of part of it. You don't kind of straight up and just say, hey, so like I'm a swinger.
Of course,
No,
yeah.
I don't think that happens. Or maybe, I mean, maybe not to me, but I think that's just relationship to relationship, bro. I mean, I think we've
You know
all
that
had.
you know the amount of trust you gotta have between these two people, like like between you and your partner to do stuff like that.
Do you think that's something that you could ever have? Maybe not in that situation, but like
Fuck no,
just
dude.
nah, that's too
Was
intense, bro.
I feel like even though if out of work, I'd be like, nah, bro, you can't.
No, no, and
But I
I
wouldn't
think
do it either.
no, and I think I'm a lot more. I agree to a lot more of the concepts that now like men are getting again of like, yo, man, no, like men take care of women and are there to protect
Right.
and nurture and what like take care of, you know what I mean, in all sort of aspects, financially, emotional, everything, and like you gotta trust someone really bad to. I wouldn't not. There's no way. There's no way that
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, me
even
either.
work. I would. Well, number one, I wouldn't be in that position to even think about it.
I mean, if you put it simple, like, oh, what about you? You met a lady and she does this is OF. You know, you cannot say the full word on YouTube. OF. But anyways, and then she'd be like, hey, you wanna help me out? You wouldn't help her out?
no, I wouldn't help her out.
You wouldn't.
I would not help her.
Swear.
I swear to you, I would not help her out. There's no way. I'm not. You know why?
But your face is not coming out though.
No, I still wouldn't do it. No, I still wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do that. I think it's getting into a business that, like, honestly, I don't want to be a part of. Especially most more than anything because the life that I'm already living is again, like I told you, I'm great opportunities. I feel like things are coming to me, and I feel like I'm set. I'm big on identity, bro. I'm big on identity.
Will you wife somebody like that?
No,
Why?
no, I just it's added. Even if it's her business or it's career, it's just I don't want the extra attention. I don't want the extra. I don't want the extra.
Let's say she's body count really low.
It's not even about that. It's she's still out there like that. More so like in the future, I want a family, I want kids, I want something important. I want to be faith driven. That doesn't all align with that.
Right.
And like
Makes
that's not
sense.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, makes
You know
sense,
what I
yeah.
mean? So it's no, I mean nothing.
I mean,
Nothing
like
against
this-
them. They want to do it. They want to be with other people. Cool, But
Like
like
they
for
say,
me,
like
it's-
a woman's past really matters to a guy, and then a guy's future really matters to a woman.
Do you know what? That's great. I'm glad you bring that up because I feel like that's the biggest disconnect between men and women. Partly, because we see things differently. We look at a woman's past and what they've done. If they're mother like, if they could take care of kids or like kids
Yeah.
or whatever you want in life, and women look if we have something to give in the future. And sometimes it's not clear as you
Of
know.
course, yeah, of course not.
As a guy, we might not be clear exactly on what we want, but that's part of that journey of like eventually, I think now we all want to be ready. You know what I mean? Like, but the reality is like that's if we both understand that we see things differently, then I think there'd be people that would last longer and you know what I mean? Like be together. You just gotta talk it, gotta understand and communicate. You know, so yeah, no, for sure. I think that's a good point that you made.
Especially sitting up for women, but I feel like at the moment, like out of 100 guys, probably one guy want to settle for one woman. You know.
Yeah, what's tough? I think the world it's
And
changed a
that's
little bit.
and
And
another
the
girl
dating
goes
world's changed for
right.
sure, right? And I think because of
The whole
social
Andrew
media.
Tate movement.
The what?
The whole Andrew Tate movement.
Oh, right, right, right. I think that honestly, I think that brought
I
back
think
a
it's a
lot
good
of.
movement, bro. I feel like his message is powerful
Well,
to these young
I
kids.
enjoy the part where he talks about men and making sure
Mhm.
you're respectful, making sure you're top guy,
Right,
man,
right, right,
like
right.
a man. You know, not like what he talks about. Obviously,
Mhm.
women and stuff. That's the whole different thing. But like when he talks about men and how we should act and how we should take care and provide and nurture, yeah, I mean,
Right.
that's I believe that's very true. You know, and he talks about learning and growing too. That's kind of what he's done. He's just out like everyone. He's just out there, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's
Yeah, I just like his
personality, too.
message of like preparing yourself, build up, go to the gym, you know, save, you know, keep hustling, you know. Yeah, that's
Business minded, you know what I
business
mean?
minded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
learn all these skills.
No, and I think he has like a daughter, right? And he talks about love too, and he talks
I
about
think he
like,
got like 8 kids from,
oh, well, I don't even know the
if I'm
specifics,
not
but
mistaken. Yeah.
probably. But like he talks about also women and love and who you should be with and
Hmm.
the kind of respect that both parties should have, men and women should have for each other. You know, not to lower what women, and what they could bring to the table.
I feel like
But
the problem with women today is that they don't have, there's not as much traditional women anymore.
well, I think that has a lot to do with kind of with society,
Only
Instagram. And
actually,
like the
hold
world.
on, let me get it straight. In this country,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Remember that's all we're able to look at and like consume.
because if you go to different countries, you still see like home women like cooking, doing
No, and then being
ironing,
nice with the men.
being nice with the
you
man,
know,
yeah.
and
And
not,
the man,
not that all women
and
are
the man
bad,
is
but
traditional too, going to work, taking care of the kids,
Providing
taking care
for
of
the family.
provide for the family.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like you only see that.
You're still traditional, bro. You're still traditional. Or what? What do you think?
I have some
Traditional values.
traditional what do you call it? Values?
Values?
Yeah.
Yeah. Name a few. Name a few. Throw some out.
For example, we going if not you're not going.
Okay, that's traditional.
You
Yeah,
know me?
I get you. Yeah, I get you. Is that like everywhere? Is that like a
No,
like a
no, not everywhere. It's like specific scenarios, like parties, for example.
like going
Dance,
out,
going out, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
like stuff where maybe before you would go alone, and if they
Mhm.
see you alone, it's bad. So that's why. Vice
I
versa. Vice versa though. Like let's say you go
know how's
out.
it? You know how it's like 50-50. People say it should be 50-50. It could be 50-50, but for example, me as a man, I would rather pay for the higher stuff, the most expensive, like rent, for example, rent. You know.
So you like to be a provider in nature, just.
I feel like by nature, bro,
Yeah, yeah.
because I learned that from my dad as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
No,
he
I
has
feel the
always-
same
yeah.
way. Yeah, I feel the
Mhm.
same way. I feel like that. It's very weird to me when I go out, especially with someone, and like I don't pay for things. I don't set things up.
Exactly,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, I don't plan things out ahead of time.
Mhm.
Like I'm just kind of like, what the hell? And we can hang out by all means, But yeah, it's kind of that's how I always. Well, it's also because of what I do, but I like to be planned out and stuff. But yeah, no, for sure.
Do you have any traditional values that you would say?
I think a lot, bro. Honestly, I think a lot of them, and I think I've.
What's your top? What was like top 3, top 5 that you would say out of the top of your
I
head?
think faith would be probably number one. Of course, number one. So just very faithful.
Mhm.
Number two, family. Family is so important. Understanding how to raise a family, from even when they're in the belly. You know what I mean? And not everyone understands that. And I could go deeper into that. I think also just a family unit also. And just giving back, a lot. I think they're number one. My
Mhm.
family's number one. It's God, family, and then
I
everything
feel like
else.
I feel like that's just as you mentioned that me, I feel like the same way you do. I feel like settling is one of the things that we have in common. Like
Really?
settle for like a one woman type, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, for sure. I think, you know, I think I want to use the word choose,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to really find out. At least for me, I read a book. She knows who she is. That she sent it to me.
What was the book about?
Boy, grab your seats, bro. Cause
Sounds interesting,
it
bro.
sounds deep. It's gonna be deep. It was a good book. Okay, let me start with that. Just because it asks you it has you ask yourself a lot of questions to see if you're ready, and ready for what. The book was called "The 101 Questions to Ask Yourself Before You're Engaged." Okay, so I think we're at a certain point in life where you ask yourself tougher questions, you know? And I think I've even told Henry this before. Like, you have to ask yourself the hard questions.
Right.
Of, like, what do you want in life? You know, if you're ready for this. I think we've asked ourselves the same question. And yeah, it was a lot. It was 101 questions, you know? And at the time reading it, first I was like scared and nervous, right? Because engagement. So it's like, whoa, number one, coming from someone is already like.
Interesting point that you say scared of engagement. I don't think engagement or marriage is personally, I don't think it's a big commitment, bro. Because marriage is just an agreement of me keep loving you or keep trusting you for this point and on. It's just an agreement, in my opinion.
Okay.
I feel like for this point and on, I'm going to keep loving you the same way I have or even more. The same way I've had, I'm going to keep protecting you. I'm going to keep serving.
So
Not
do you think is it
serving,
like a good thing? Do you believe
oh,
in it?
100%, bro. I believe in marriage for 100%. You know, I want to be married hopefully in a few years. You know, in life, you know, I want to, you know.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
Okay, yeah.
So I feel like I still have a couple 10 more years. But I feel like it's just an agreement of I'm going to keep doing this as I've had from this point and on, you know.
Yeah. I agree with you. I also feel like there's other responsibilities there.
Right.
You know, I also feel like it's another step. You know, obviously.
Oh yeah, 100% it is.
And
Don't get me
then
wrong.
I think on the opposite end, because we're talking it from the male's perspective, I think we're also very logical. You know, for me personally, like if a marriage is a bigger deal for my wife, then we're gonna make it a bigger deal. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like. We're talking about it as in like, yeah, you know, but it also has a lot to do with the person that we end up being.
And the question always pops up from the men's part too, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what those questions, honestly, like, look, and it was really more fear, bro, because I had never asked myself certain questions.
Right.
It wasn't because I'm scared of committing or scared of being with one person. It's not that. It's more so like, okay, no, you gotta
ready?
Start.
Are you ready for it? Yeah.
You gotta start thinking about it, and like, I want a life, I want a family, I want a wife, I want kids, I want a home, I want to build.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think she give you the book for as a sign
To get you ready?
to get you ready for something?
Isn't that the magical question, right?
Anyway, hold on. So let's pause that question for a minute and let's talk about the book a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
What was a few questions that you still like? They were like, oh wow, like this really changed the way I think about.
Well, a lot were
scenarios,
personal. You know, most, like, none of them really were like of the other person.
Right.
So they were all deep interpersonal stuff. Like, you know, have you worked on trauma? You know, that of other relationships, or like, are you bringing stuff in from, you know, experiences that you didn't like, or what didn't you like? Identify the things, because I feel like a lot of life is finding out what you do like or what you don't like.
Right.
If we're talking about a relationship, yeah, what do you do like in someone and what do you don't like in someone? Then you make your list or mental list, and like, no. So you eventually end up finding, I think most of the time, at least in my head, I would believe, those that get married, they check off a lot of those boxes, you know? Or the good marriages that I've seen, like they last longer or forever because they all were aligned.
Quick advice: the little things matter.
Yeah, I'm big on.
I'm gonna just put that out there. The little things matter.
Well, I think, yeah, I think also, like, well, in my experience, maybe sometimes like women don't realize like the little things that they do, and how much they could mean, you know. So definitely, and then I'm also about details and about the little things for sure, gestures and But it's a good book. Regardless, I do recommend it. I could share it also, so it could be like in the description, or something.
What was the name again? So they can
101
know?
questions to ask yourself before you're engaged.
Sounds an interesting book, bro.
Really,
It's
really
Like
interesting.
it's in Amazon or Google, all that stuff.
I believe it's on Audible, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I think it's
It's free, no?
Amazon, right? Yeah. So I think it's on
100%.
Audible, and I think it's free, actually. So you could just jump on there. You don't need an actual Audible account. I think I remember listening to it without having one. I ended up getting one. But yeah, so that was an experience, bro. And I could say that after reading it, maybe because I've already worked on myself. I'm not saying that I'm where, again, it's a continual like process throughout
Right.
life, right? Growth. But I've done personal development, so a lot of the questions that it asked, I was able to at least answer or like gauge, like, okay, well, maybe I'm not like clear like there
Right.
yet, but I surprised myself. I feel like I was closer than I expected, and that's where I was like, okay. Then I was like, okay, well, who's sending me? Who's sending me this? Then it was kind of like, yeah, it was other questions that really popped up in my head. But
That makes sense.
the book was good. Yeah, the book was
No, yeah,
was
it
good.
sounds good too. It sounds good. It's just that kind of seems odd that somebody would send you a book like that.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Okay, and let me add more, I guess, sizzle or spice to the mixture. Especially if that person knows how you feel, right? I would definitely agree. I think it's a little came out of left field.
Yep.
It was in the middle of a month that it was Valentine's month.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little, and again, I don't know where her thoughts were, and that's a conversation that's pending. Probably by the time this video is up, this probably question is already going to be answered. So it's
I
good.
like that.
No, but it's it's good. It's good. It's part of it's those serious questions, and I really think that in life, it comes from either side, but maybe it comes more often from men, where you do have to have those serious conversations.
Yeah,
Because,
communication is really important, bro.
but I think women we know are more emotional, more feeling. There's nothing
It's
wrong
not.
with
Hold on.
that.
I don't think they're more emotional. I feel like they just see problems in the. Nah, as a man, if you ask like a man, how are you? I'm fine. Simple. 2D. If you ask a woman, how are you? They see problems like in 3D type.
Yeah,
You know?
they talk about like their
So-
whole day.
So I feel like that's a problem that as a man, we don't understand the point of view that they have. So it's like, it's not little things, just that we don't understand what they have, what they see, the things that they have come out with. And then when you try to help them out, you make them think like, you think I'm stupid? You think I didn't thought about that? But like, it's like,
No, well, men look. Well, us men
Just
are
listen, that's it,
are
bro.
solution oriented. So every time a woman tries to talk to us, our brain immediately goes to like, oh, how could we help? Or like, dude, why?
yeah, because,
like,
yeah,
why are you doing that?
because
Like,
it's
you could just do
biologically-
this.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that? You could just do this. Or, well, don't do that if that bugs you. Do this because it doesn't.
we don't even let them finish when we already have a solution. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
and it's not always good. It's not always good.
It's
Because
not.
I've learned too that women just want us to listen sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
bro. And I talk a lot, so trust me, it's the hardest thing for me, or it has been, the hardest thing for
See,
me.
that's another bias, bro. Guys, if your woman trying to talk to you, shut up and listen.
Yeah, just
That's
shut up
it.
and listen.
Just listen to her, listen to the solution that she has, and then if she asks you, what do you think? Give
Yeah,
your
she might not
opinion,
even be looking for an opinion.
Yeah,
she might
she-
just
yeah.
want you to listen,
Mhm.
honestly. So
That's true.
definitely learned that, and shout out. Also, I've been raised by 3 women, so I think I had that extra like, okay, I get them, but then I learned with friends, obviously the male side, the protection side, and so I kind of have I think both.
I think that protection side as a man is just biological, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
It comes from
But I think it's you realize it especially more once you're like you see life a little bit more serious, because like when you're growing up and you're messing around and going to school and hustling or grinding,
right.
but then when you start thinking about family and structure and foundation and yeah, I think it's different. I think it's completely different.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, that's pretty interesting book to give them. She has her reasons.
No, definitely.
You
I
know?
think I mean, that book obviously is about love. You know what I mean? And we could even get deeper about that. And
I mean, what we're talking is just personal experience stuff. So
yeah. Do you have personal experience? Has anyone sent you a book, or has anyone
it's just that
given
little
you?
things matter a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You
What do
don't
you
have
mean?
to be flowers. You don't have to be nothing.
So
Just asking how was your day. Little shit like that.
okay, have you ever heard of the five love languages?
I never heard of that.
Okay,
Can you explain a little
another
bit?
recommended book is the love languages. I
Mm-hmm.
think that doctor has a series of books, and just shouting him out. I think a lot of people know. If you guys want to find out, this is more about yourself, so it's not just about like relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It helps, I think, relationship, but it just if there's five love languages, and it helps you figure out which ones are more dominant for yourself.
You know that? Yeah, because
Because there's
Not-
it's not a science like
Right.
I mean it's not a rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is already figured. Certain things are figured out. Like
yeah, I feel like if you're in a partner, like if you're starting to talk to somebody, not everybody love the same way as others do. Some are materialistic, some are emotionally, some are I want to say, what was another like type like care that you care for them. There's different types of ways people can love. You gotta understand them too.
yeah, I think it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor brings up like five specific
Types.
You know
Yeah.
of how. Not I think you could see them in two ways: how you give love and how you receive
You
love.
receive love.
So
Yeah.
it's two
Mhm.
different ways. Like I think my top three are number one is quality time. Quality time for me means it could be from spending actual time together,
Right,
like
right.
next to each other, or phone call
Mhm.
and spending time talking, or catching up during the day. And quality time for me in any relationship is important, friendship or,
Mhm.
but obviously in the actual relationship. The second thing is acts of service. That's so one is like I said, quality time is number one.
Right.
Acts of service is number two. So doing things like I think this is important in love. Doing things for me or me for someone without like me knowing that they need it, doing it before
They ask.
they need it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
they
Yep.
ask.
Yep. Yep.
Those acts of service of like, damn, she just did that, or like, damn, he just did that. Like, because that means you listen.
Mhm.
Because in order for you to be able to do that, it means they told you before, and then you did it without them asking you. So stuff like that. That's top two, and then the last one I think is words of affirmation. So that means that I think men need also not all, but like gratitude.
Right.
Of like thank you, I feel safe around you, like I appreciate going out, like not like a lot, but like yeah, I think as men like
I
to
think
hear
a
stuff
lot of
like
men
that.
it's just their pride, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. An ego,
An
and like,
ego,
hey,
look at
no,
you. Right,
no,
right, right,
like,
right, right.
dude, come on, man. You want to be happy for. I mean, if I believe in it, I'm traditional for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Like when I'm talking about being with one person, I'm talking about being with one person, and it's already like locked in. You know what I mean? So it's, I think, like,
Do you think men is losing that through like big generations, like the new, I want to say young adults?
yeah, I think the traditional values are being lost just because I think it's easier now to say I could find someone else. I think back then traditional values were like social media wasn't around
Mhm.
as much,
Facts.
right? So you had to wait to talk to
Mhm.
someone. You had to wait to see someone,
You have to trust people to be like, hey, meet me at this place at 5 p.m.
and you
That's
show
different,
up, right?
Yeah, you show up, yeah.
You just show up.
I'll
I
call you
mean,
when
I
I-
remember in middle school when
I'll
I
call
would
you when
walk
I
right
get home,
here,
yeah.
literally right here. When I used to walk, like literally right here, and we didn't have. It was just cell phone. It
Mhm.
wasn't even touch screen, or you know what I mean. So it was more like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go after school. Wait for me, and I'm gonna go. So it's completely changed, and I think society has made dating a little different. So I think those values
There's
are
social dating,
yeah,
social media dating.
yeah.
They don't even know each other. Face to face. FaceTime. There you go.
Even that, right? Because pandemic and everything, so it made like video calls more popular, and
Mhm.
so there's a lot of things that have changed. But I'm still too traditional, to be honest. I really feel like, yeah, it's. Well, I have a list of what.
For I don't have none of like Tinder. I don't have none of that. But I always say that if I would have met somebody doing Tinder, I would have asked, please pull up without makeup. On the first date.
You mean
And man, I gotta see the real you the first time I see you. So it's like,
I definitely I don't disagree. I think women, I think everyone, but maybe more women. There are a lot of filters. I guess cover them up or
that's
makeup.
crazy, bro.
But no, I think that's also the thing. I mean, I think if you're talking to someone online and somehow they don't send you a picture or a video or of how they look, yeah, that's already I feel like it's a red flag already.
Yeah, catfish right there.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It could be some guy somewhere just wanting to
Fat
milk
dude
you.
and shit.
Just wants you to milk you, bro. That's all he wants. He just wants to take your money. And I'm sure there's
Facts.
guys out there that just do that, and that's weird. That's totally get a life.
Catfish, all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, no, that obviously
Yeah,
that show
all that
obviously
shit's
is
real,
popular.
bro. It's real.
Yeah, man, being in a relationship and love and dating is a whole mission now. And I think men are more focused on themselves and now you can't even talk a certain way to a woman because it's like degrading or like, oh my god, like so it's
You
men are a little more
discriminating me.
right, men are a little more on like,
Yeah, interesting. I said that if you ask a woman, oh, what are you looking at a guy? Oh, I want him tall, make 100,000 a year, have a Mercedes, I don't know, a big house. If you ask a man, oh, what are you looking at on a woman? Oh, I want her cute, skinny. Oh, you're already discriminating women?
Oh, it's like,
God damn.
yeah, so I think I've heard that too. That I mean, like I think women's preferences are applauded, and men's preferences are shot down and like made it seem like we're the worst. I agree. But remember, it's usual things. I think for both sexes, is like what's convenient is always gonna be what's. Oh no, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, that's just convenient to you. That's why you say it's fine. I feel like I've always known men and women are not equal. They're not the same. You know what I mean? And not to take anything away from both of them. I feel like we clearly can't be without them. They drive us nuts. I mean, not all of them, but sometimes the people you want to be with drive you nuts. So it's like that's kind of part of not being without each other. You know what I mean? So we both and building something nice. And I think that's something that I've noticed too recently, man. I think society now is dividing the household, and not like encouraging more of traditional, just family and building. You don't really hear that a lot, now it's
dividing one aspect though. Like what aspect you mean dividing?
Make sure like this weird concept, okay, of like 50-50
Right.
on bills and women go to work. And look, although I wouldn't say don't work to my wife, focus on it, but make it more of a passion to where you're making money because you like it, not so much because you have to. I'm in my head because of that traditional mindset. I'm like, nah, I want to take care of you.
Right.
Like, but if you want to do something because you're good at it, I mean, I'm gonna support you too. I don't want you to think that I'm gonna hold you back and like I won't let you grow.
It makes sense,
So that's more of my mindset, and I don't know if that's like that today, especially with like a family. One, I think we're in LA too. LA's expensive, so it's like out here, sometimes both arms gotta work, mom and dad. So I'm also open to like leaving, with my wife and moving to another state, country. So it's stuff that we've talked about. So
guys, if you're looking for a good guy,
what?
Girls, if you're looking for a good guy here.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, we're both single. He has a daughter.
I have a daughter.
2-year-old.
I'm not looking for nobody though.
Nah.
No, I just.
No, well, look, I wouldn't say I'm looking for anyone. I would not say I'm looking
Right.
for anyone. I think I have found someone. The thing is that she knows who it is. I'm not even gonna put that.
Stop playing games, man.
No, I'm not
God
even gonna
damn,
say,
bro.
No, I'm not even gonna say that it's. No, she knows.
See, that's your problem. You never say it.
No, I don't think it's a problem. She knows that I don't think about anyone else. She knows that she's the only person that I think about. She knows that I want to spend my rest of my life with her. She knows that I want to have a family, that I want to grow, that I want to build with her. She knows that everything that I think about business, I think about her first, that I want to help her. I've told her many times about that. So
it's hard to believe that.
Yeah, it's a showing thing.
In today's society, this man's like that too. I feel like that's when women have trust issues. Like, is he for real?
Well, look,
You know what
it
I'm
makes
saying?
sense, like trauma, and
Mm-hmm.
that comes from previous relationships and what they've seen, and what they've been through. And I understand that. And I think part of it, um, I feel like it has to do with that. Why maybe because her and I aren't together. I think a lot of it has to do with the trauma. Number one, we were together already. So we have some sort of history.
Right.
It's
Makes
not all
sense.
that great. It's the one that got away, bro. You know how we have I don't know if you do, but in life, some people that I know, men and women, they have that one person that got away from them. Either they messed up or something happened in
Mm-hmm.
life, or
Oh yeah.
in my case, this person is the one that got away. In the sense that, like, at the moment, I feel like I didn't realize that I had everything that I always would want, like, in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so natural and it was so fluid, like, it just happened. And I was dumb. I made a bad decision and I tried to go backwards, and it didn't work out. And life, like I told you, kind of happened in the sense where we didn't grab each other from each other's arms and
Right.
said, "Oh, don't leave me. Oh, don't go that far. I'm gonna be right here." We didn't do that. So in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, go and be me," and we did. Why is it that life kind of took us kind of in the same road? And like now we're around the same people. Now we're around the same industries. Now we like to do similar things. We're very, 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 very compatible.
I feel like things happen for a reason. All
Yeah,
this time
yeah.
that you guys didn't see each other, you built.
We grew. I
You
mean,
grew up from yourself, and like now you became. I want to say mature. Grow from each other. I feel like it's time to share that. You know, why start loving somebody when you don't even know yourself? Something.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like now that you love yourself, that you think you're at the right moment, I feel like it's time for you to like start sharing it with somebody else. And that time that you had apart, it was the perfect time to beat yourself up, bro. To grow.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
and it's crazy because now back in each other's hands, and like it's for a reason.
that's the plan. I think.
And now you are more adult. You're more adult. You know how life works
Ready,
now.
right? Exactly.
Yep. You're doing what you love, so it's like
Well, I think more than anything, what you just said there too is that a lot of things are happening for
mm-hmm.
us, and I mean us, right? But I mean, a lot of things are happening for me. I think I'm in the right position to go, you know what I mean, and build something.
Yeah.
And I
It
don't want
wasn't
to
just
do it
yeah.
by myself. That's
It
the
wasn't
traditional part.
it wasn't just the right time back then, bro. You know.
No, and that's exactly it. And but now it's more showing.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that because of that trauma, because of those maybe insecurities that are normal, those walls that went up. I get that. It's more about showing, but she also has to know specifically,
Yeah.
like, yes, yo, I don't see I've told her, but more in like snippets, not so much like here, like, hey, I see myself with you and only you, like, period. I see myself having a family and having kids and moving in and the whole deal. Do I see that in ASAP? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I think men make that decision, and because we're more logical, we go based off a list, not so much of like this feeling. Do
Yep.
I have
Yep.
the feeling? Yeah, I mean, I have the feeling, right? But that feeling goes away eventually
Mm-hmm.
of this like butterfly, or is this right? No, eventually you're like, oh, like, no, that commitment. So I know it's her because of the things that I want in life. It's not just because it's an obsessive.
Yeah.
I haven't been with her for years, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I don't need her. I want her in my life, and I think that's the big difference in men. Like when you're so needy,
I mean, look, bro. I wish you the best of luck.
I'm confident. I'm
No,
no,
yeah,
you
one hundred
know, you
percent,
know
one
why?
hundred percent.
Because I'm
Yeah.
confident in me, and I'll be fine regardless of the decision
I
or
know. Yeah.
regardless of what happens.
I
Like
mean,
it's just
just as a friend of mine, I wish you the best of luck. I know you got it. Be honest to this person.
fired up.
Fire up, yeah, 100%. I know you're going on a trip, so good luck out there.
Yeah, no, business trip,
Yeah, business.
just
Yeah, I mean, just
things
get out a
aligned.
little bit, like get out the city for like a weekend. It sounds not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bad.
It's gonna be hot like crazy in Vegas, but I think I mean shorts and being in a pool, I'm sure, and enjoying, but mostly business and just connecting with a lot of people. We're gonna be with over like twenty
Mm-hmm.
thousand people
Oh,
out in
that's
Vegas,
cool. Yeah.
so that's already gonna be a huge event. I'm excited again to make more friendships and relationships and just Sin City.
That's
Sin
dope. Yeah,
City.
bro. You know, which
I
big,
appreciate
big, big, big. You know, good luck and everything out there
Yeah, but
with this.
talk about more about you, bro. Like, what have about relationships? Your example. I know you, right? You have a daughter. Maybe don't go into detail, but maybe how did that come about? Was that something that was planned, or
I
where's
mean,
that
like,
love?
we're talking about my daughter. I don't actually. This is the first time I'm talking about my daughter, bro.
D, D,
A lot
D,
of
D.
Instagram, and I have never posted her
No,
on my story
good,
or no,
good.
nothing,
No,
nothing.
and she won't. It's
No,
fine.
yeah, that's just personal life that I don't talk about. You know, there's a lot of narcissism in the internet. Some ugly people out there, bro. So I don't wanna, I don't wanna introduce that to her, especially because
I wouldn't either,
I
bro.
would die for her, bro. So it's like,
Yeah, I
come on.
wouldn't either.
But she was 50-50 planned, I could say. But it happened sooner than we expected.
Okay.
So, but yeah, man, I wouldn't change nothing about it. That wouldn't change. If I could have done it again, I would do it again. It changes your perspective of life, bro.
You have one thing. Yeah, I can't. I don't.
Now
I
you
can't
have a
understand.
thing to live for.
Purpose.
A purpose to live
Whoa.
for. To
A reason to roll out of bed in the morning.
yeah, like, so it's like, if you have kids, make sure you spend the most time that you can with them, because they grow fast.
Blink of an eye, huh?
Like, God, man, I just remember her calling, like, if it was like 2 months ago, bro. Too quick. She about to be 3 now. But,
What are some things you want to give her? Love wise, like, what are some things you want to build? Maybe see her.
I want to
inspire her.
I want to be like a best friend to her before becoming like a dad to, like, tell her what's wrong with that. I feel like a lot of kids nowadays, or I want to say kids don't have that. A lot of parents, always working.
That's what I meant.
A lot of parents, see they're home, but they don't. I want to say, not spend a lot of time with them. Like, go walk, go play, But it's like, it's still hard, because sometimes just life gets in the way. Life always gets in the way of things that you like. That's why I just want to say, if you believe on your business, do it, because that will give you a lot of freedom in the, like, 5-10 years commitment. Hustling, for a life of freedom. So it's like,
Upfront work, huh?
from work. There you go. So yeah, man, just spend a lot of time with them, because they grow really fast, bro.
I'm excited, bro.
I'm excited for your trip, for your journey with, hopefully it works out. I mean, I know it's gonna work out. Come on, yeah, we're playing so much. But anyways, good luck and everything, bro.
Honestly, I'm not looking too ahead.
And don't.
Because I know what I want. I'm clear on it. Like, cool, I'm gonna go, and in the moment, it's gonna.
Don't sound too desperate, or don't make
the
the other person feel pressure about it.
Nah.
So it's like,
My intention is never to like pressure or corner or make someone make a decision like, oh, never. It's more so long term, and especially if things happen naturally once, they should happen naturally.
And
again.
that's the best way, bro.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Because if it happened once, it's gonna happen again, and it's a great journey, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Again, I'm just excited about life, bro. I'm excited about life. I appreciate it. Today was great.
Good episode. I like that. Good tequila. It was good too.
Yeah. Yo, share in the comments maybe your love experience. You know what I mean, or like what you thought about the situation. Whether you're a guy or you're female. In regards to
100%. Yeah.
like love and how you've connected.
I think we should do a Q&A.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do it. Hey, I'm gonna post this food. I think we have like 2 episodes to drop, so I'm gonna post 3 times on my story this week coming up. On Q&A, ask any question you want to ask. We will answer here in the podcast, bro. Any personal question, business, content, what camera we use, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Awesome. Do you want to?
Just close it down, appreciate you guys for tuning in again. 3rd episode. So like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next episode.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.